Okay, so I found that image of Waka. If you go into, it's silly. Oh god, that comes from the Best Friends one. I didn't realize that. If you go into Google Images and you look up Waka Warhammer, you'll find it right away. But it's Waka getting dressed up as a space marine, and it just says, "While the enemies of Yevon still draw breath, there can be no calm. Suffer not the fiend, the mocking of the outbed. He who stands with me shall be my brother." Waka, chapter master of the Passate Aurochs.
Brother. Oh, brother. I wish that Waka, like Butts and Sid and Wedge, like from 10 forward, was like a reoccurring
Oh,
name,
yeah.
because Waka.
Oh god, I wish Final Fantasy did this. In the Wheel of Time book series, time is literally a circle. There is no beginning, there is no end. The present will become the myth of the future, and then by the time the present comes around again, any trace of it is completely gone. There are certain heroes. Fuck, these are supposed to be our protagonists. Look at these two! Right away!
I like that shot because it was like just when you think you're gonna have a good moment to look at this rump, then this handsome fucking dashing,
and you're like, get out of here, bunny woman!
Like,
but
I wasn't even looking there.
But in the Wheel of Time series, it's like time is this big circle, and certain individuals are so heroic that they are born again and again. And even though time is a circle, it does change from cycle to cycle. Otherwise, there'd be no point in following this book series, because it'd be like, well, the heroes have lost in every other time. Why would we follow this particular version of it if they're just going to lose again? But one of these heroes who is reborn over and over is talking to a character from this timeline, and he's like, "You're a super cool and heroic dude. Like you might find yourself like, getting the privilege of being one of these reborn heroes, and finding yourself born again and again, like Link and Zelda, basically." And I wish Final Fantasy did that, where basically from game to game, like if a character really stands out, they're like, you're going forward.
Yeah.
You might not be a main character in the way that like Sid usually is, but you're going to be in every Final Fantasy. Biggs, Wedge, Waka. You've joined the Wheel of Time. That is Final Fantasy.
Oh, brother.
This game, we actually get 2 Sids, technically. Although I guess in 15 they were going to give us 2 Sids. But then they called her Cindy. Even though Sydney is totally a woman's name, and she was called.
Yeah,
I think she's even called Sydney in the Japanese version.
Like, why didn't they just do that? Was Cindy just sounded so much hotter?
Maybe that is what
they're like.
Maybe it is, because you don't have that hard D right in the middle. It's kind of toward the end, and it's like Cindy, but you have this nice soft N as opposed to Sydney.
Sydney is a cool name.
It is a cool name
because it has Sid in it.
Yeah. And it makes sense. Oh. This one has some mini-games in the way Final Fantasy usually does, but they're not as egregious as they were in... What had the most egregious mini-games? Was it 10?
As far as mini-games, I think... 7 had some of the funnest mini-games.
7 had... Yeah, I think 7 had the most, but most of them were pretty fun. And as I said, at some point, they were over pretty... 8 had the most egregious of them, I forget. Because it had...
I just forget about 8.
Because it had 2 or 3 bits where you need to fight someone with very unresponsive controls, and if you lose, you go back to the start of it. Oh god, that line you just said, I just forget about 8. It's... Like, I remember Squall more from Kingdom Hearts than I do from 8.
Yeah. And then I was all confused because he's like Leon.
He's Leon, and I believe you find some lore within Kingdom Hearts where it's like he felt ashamed that he wasn't able to protect his world, and so he gave up the name Squall and started going by Leon, because his last name is Leonhart.
Yeah, I mean... If I was Squall and I looked back on my time that took place during Final Fantasy VIII, I would be pretty ashamed of myself too, and be like, "Fuck."
Well, it's like looking back on your real self, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, God, me at 18? I'm glad I'm not one of those people who got married at 18.
And he's like, well, "I'm in this new world. I guess like no one knows me."
Yeah.
But Leon is pretty cool. Imagine if Leon from Resident Evil was in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, man.
Imagine how quickly shit would be dealt with then.
Oh, God, Sephiroth's like doing the Sephiroth thing, and then he just gets shot with a gun. And Leon's like, what? What's so hard about this?
He just
and then what's his name? Ansem or whatever is like, Kingdom Hearts is darkness, and then he just gets shot with a gun. And Leon's like, why do you people find this so hard?
Leon just like, after he kills him, he just drops his rifle, but then at the same time throws his hands up in the air. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done. Going home.
Get a sandwich.
Gonna eat me one of them gummy ships. Sounds delicious.
Oh man, I'm slowly building my gummy ship of my dreams.
I finally got my copy in today.
just a brick of guns and engines. Just every time I get a new gun, I go, yes, slapping you on the front.
So now I'm like, fuck. Do I keep playing Phantom Pain or do I hop into Kingdom Hearts? Cause
oh god, well, you're not too far into Phantom Pain.
No.
So you've just been fucking around.
Yeah.
You can just come back to that at any time.
I play Phantom Pain I can't, like, it's
a very good just pick up and play game for like 20 minutes.
Just get in and fuck off for 20 minutes and then leave.
Like, I eventually got to the point that I got to with Breath of the Wild where it's like, I need to just finish this.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, I still do.
Yeah. So now we're in the castle, and we use the Sunstone to open a secret door, and now we have to click on something to open another door, and we're almost to our real protagonist. Come on, please. After Fran and Balthier join the party, Vaan and Penelo just afterthoughts. They're there, but they're not there, basically.
But I mean, it does kind of stay with that one theme that I brought up, which is your protagonists are never as cool as these other characters.
True. Yeah.
I mean, in this case, those other characters are still in your party, but you know,
but they're not the protagonists.
Yeah.
And in this case, Vaan does directly look up to, or he comes to look up to Balthier, and so
how could you not?
I
mean, shit. How could you not look up? You know?
How could you not look up? How could you ever take your eyes off of him?
I play the leading man. Who else?
Listen to this guy.
Fran.
You know why he's not? Because he doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
fuck
Yeah.
it.
He even calls himself the leading man.
No, you won't. I found it. It's mine.
And then when I take it from you, it'll be mine.
I love how their shapes complement each other. Because she's just extra fucking tall with those ears as well as everything else.
And he's actually kind of short, but he's not stocky, but certainly wide.
Stage right.
The gods do not smile on us.
He's got one of those weird builds
I like it better
he
that
probably
way.
hated when he was younger, where he's like, man, I got these like hips.
Got these hips, and I've got this rump, and these broad shoulders. God damn it. And I love Fran's voice. It's kind of weird, but it has this interesting accent to it, like Gal Gadot. To where when you put that on a fantasy character like Fran or Wonder Woman, you're like, yeah, this just works. It's the perfect character for that voice. Yeah, I love that. The game changer for this one is that they added a 4x speed button. So, whereas before you would have spent a bunch of time just running from point to point or slogging through battles when you're not, doing anything interesting, you just hit 4x speed and you just blitz through it.
That's great.
It's wonderful.
We put a lot of fucking staircases in this game.
Yeah, there's so many staircases in this game. Holy shit. Okay, we give up. Oh, hey, Ash.
You're freeze, eh? That's quite an entrance. Impeccable timing. If I didn't know better, I'd say they were waiting all along.
And how do you get so cool?
I don't know. Also, the Empire really doesn't care about their own soldiers.
Running!
He's like, you dumb kid, you're making this really hard.
End of the line. You have something that belongs to me.
You see those rings on his fingers? Those different colors represent all the different sex things he's done.
He comes from a culture where every time you do a new sex thing, you get a new ring.
So yellow,
it's on the honor system,
Yeah.
but nobody would,
You don't want to fake that yellow ring.
You don't want to fake that yellow ring.
Or the brown one.
No.
He just fucking lobbed this kid off the building.
Let go of me!
I wasn't trying to catch you.
Let go of me, you handsome, dashing pirate, and
Your incredibly beautiful and mysterious bunny partner.
I
Wow,
don't-
I'm aroused.
I don't want to go on this adventure at all.
Yeah, that's our fucking protagonist.
Let me go. I'd rather die in an explosion down there below with everyone else than ride on this cool air motorcycle with you two.
They ride on this cool air motorcycle with you two impeccable, flawless gods of sex.
Money, beautiful women.
Victorious, your friend, playmate of the year.
Even if we could
Fuck!
Freet's playing with fire, I'd rather not get burned. We'll go the old
Like that real just small like twitch of his lip, that tiniest little grin. Like I really think that working with the Disney people on Kingdom Hearts paid off for this game. That's my own theory, at least.
Yeah.
Well, Fran is special in that she deigned to partner with a Hume.
Oh? Like a sky pirate that chooses to steal through the sewers.
Pirates?
Is that a diss on yourself, friend?
So you have an
It's
airship?
Balthier.
She's just also always asking herself what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah, she's trying to put the helmet on over her ears. Like her arms just aren't long enough to get it up there, so she has to kind of like shut her head down a bit. What the fuck am I doing?
Don't even think you're getting this.
Yeah, you're talking about his little subtle little smirk animation. Then even fucking idiot boy over there had a really good little facial animation. He like looked around real quick and like, yeah, it's just really subtle. Like versus the 10-2 really cartoony facial animation.
the over the top on the other end of the spectrum.
A length of steel for his
They're like, hey, we can get across some of these same emotions, but without like really contorting the eyebrows and stuff. You guys realize that? It's crazy. I mean, either way, like they're both valid styles, but it's great that they found a style that works for the tone of this.
Oh,
game.
certainly. Like that cartoonish look would not work with this tone at all. Also, just the fact that they finally figured out idle animations. Characters aren't just standing around and they don't just snap from point to point.
Yeah.
Characters are actually moving in space very softly, just breathing.
Living, just doing
their thing, looking toward a central focus point, not just standing in the back looking off to the side, like, oh, look at that bird. She got off Jeremy's balls. Back up, boys. This one means business. Ball business.
Jump down! Hurry!
I'll catch you. And then it shows like a, Ren and Stimpy close-up painting of this scrawny young lad.
Yeah. He's a fucking scarecrow.
He's so small. He couldn't catch a
Grow
cold.
by the hour.
and our troubles with them.
Cold's all he could catch.
God damn it.
Super fast stabbing.
Oh yeah, the fastest stabbing.
Man, they didn't see it coming.
You alright?
Thank you.
So look at our actual cast.
Yeah.
And Van.
Hey!
Hey guys, can I hang out?
No.
I guess you have to. Hey guys, I heard you talking about a party. Can I go to the party?
Oh, God damn it.
Nice to meet you.
Who told him about the party?
I'm babysitting him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. God damn it, Ash. Hottest party of the year.
Oh, now isn't that impressive?
Don't get any ideas. I said it's mine.
I'm
Like, if this
afraid
was
the
10,
jury's
we'd be
still out
pushed
on
in
that
at least
one.
50% closer to that butt.
We'd be looking at our party through the thigh gap.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you finished?
Which would be interesting framing, all things considered.
It'd be funny.
Yeah, if you just went over the top with it.
You should come with us.
Yeah,
You
I'm
can by
pretty.
yourself.
I'm pretty like
Very
solid
well.
on like Fran being my favorite Final Fantasy lady
Yeah.
in all of Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
You have
me
a lot
too.
to learn before we get started,
Yuna
Thievery.
was
What's that?
up there, just not because I'm like, oh, she's the sexiest, but
No,
just
I
because-
love Yuna,
Yeah.
Yuna's character as this resolute.
Yeah, Yuna.
One-
yeah, it was just really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like really
The
different.
situation requires I
Fran's
accept
kind
help
of
as I find
sassy in a very
There will be from
understated
seas.
sort of
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Like she's not just all about that sass,
yeah, yeah,
but she certainly doesn't.
Let's think
She
about
doesn't
it,
hesitate
then.
yeah.
to put up the
Unlike
sass.
Fran or
She's got
myself,
sass
our
and a
guest
little
probably
bandolier,
won't be taking
and she'll
orders
sprinkle
from
that onto
anyone
any meal
anytime
that demands it.
But I think the thing with Fran is that it's definitely like a package deal. Like Fran wouldn't be nearly as cool if she wasn't also always with Balthier.
Oh,
and
yeah,
vice
yeah,
versa.
yeah.
Like
Like,
they
you couldn't
need each
encounter,
other.
yeah, you couldn't encounter these singularly.
Resistance.
And like they said, it's like a Hume who deigns to travel with a human, and it's like, well,
What are we waiting for?
what have you done that this majestic figure is attracted to you? And then what have you done that this
Yeah.
other majestic figure is attracted to you? Like, who are you motherfuckers?
Oh,
I- yeah, I know.
Oh.
Apparently I paused it, and then in my edit I just forgot to get that little bit. Just that little bit. Actually, that was probably like a 10-minute pause or something.
Yeah.
And I just left in a few seconds of it. Oh, we're gross. We're coming for you. Look at Ash's face. Like, ugh.
what is going on in this world? Like she doesn't step outside that
No,
often.
no. This is her first time in the sewers. God, are they like living pimples? Ugh. Yeah, I think as we're playing 13 and we're kind of drunk, we'll just have to do like drunken lists of
Yeah.
our best blanks from Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
best male protagonist, best female protagonist, best flans.
Yeah, best villains.
Yeah.
Yeah, this God, I mean I played this a tiny bit. And I remember the one thing that turned me off was the battle system, but now looking at it I'm like, man, maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
When it's sped up like this, it's much more manageable. Unfortunately, I do like the battle system, but I never felt like I had command of it.
Yeah.
Just the way they do things toward the end of the game, especially, it never quite gelled. Like my party's all leveled up and they've got really good equipment, but I just never felt like I really had a mastery of it. Like I was just brute forcing my way through everything.
Fix your collars and shit. Fix
the hair.
Your sweet hair. She has the coolest hair.
I was about to say exactly those words. She has the coolest hair. She might have the best hair in Final Fantasy. Like Cloud looks at it and he goes, "Fuck."
I know, and it's just like, and it's just her putting it in like a lazy ponytail because
A lazy ponytail.
she was just like, "Fuck, I don't have time for this shit today."
Well, it takes so long to get that helmet on, just over the ears, and then you pull the hair through. It's like, oh shit.
She just has that really good, like, effortless look that looks like she tried very little, but
Yeah.
it looks really good, and everyone's super jealous. And how she's like 8 feet tall.
She's so fucking tall.
Ooh. Is fucking Dio gonna come walking down or something? What the hell?
Dio would not look out of place in this world. The way he just like
Yeah.
walks sometimes with his hand on his hip,
Yeah.
just fucking strutting down toward the protagonist. Fucking Dio's so rad.
Dio's the coolest.
Dio's the coolest.
He's the worst.
Well, that's what makes Dio so great. He's the fucking worst ever, but he's so cool. Like Cars. But then Cars are like, oh, you're just kind of an asshole, aren't you? Whammo. Now Whammo, there's a cool dude.
Yeah.
And then Dio is like, God, you're such an asshole, but god damn, you're so cool.
It's like all these characters have their like calendar pose, and Van, it's just like,
Getting it in the nuts.
yeah,
Yeah, he's just on the ground. That pose where they're on the ground and their hands like disappearing into their crotch and their knees are all just pinned together and he's just going, oh!
Well, it's like one of those calendar fold outs where there's two images, right? And the first image is he is trying to do like a kind of sexy pose, but then someone just has like a medicine ball holding it above his balls.
Yeah. The ball is falling,
Yeah.
and it's like a second
Yeah.
from hitting him in the nuts.
And then the second one is him, just writhing in ball pain.
Oh god! And now I'm looking over at my pinup calendar, and it's the 4 months for the viewer. It's the 4 months left in 2017, and it's a 2-page vertical spread with a single pinup on the left. I'm just picturing like Fran on that. 'Cause she's so
man.
goddamn tall.
You need like 2 more calendars. To
Yeah, I
capture
guess
that
I would
height.
need. It would have to be a 4-page spread just to capture all of Fran. unless, unless the image is clearly like her standing in a hole, and then in the background you see Balthier holding a shovel.
Yeah. He's like laying the shovel like over his shoulder,
Yeah.
and he's just like got his foot up on a pile of dirt,
Yeah.
and still super clean somehow.
Oh,
got
super
his,
clean.
He's got his sleeves rolled up a bit. It's like
his-
he just put in a little
Yeah.
bit of dirty work, and that's kind of cool. It's like,
His cuffs are never soiled.
yeah.
But yeah, if you ever want to play this after you get through Kingdom Hearts 2, Phantom Pain, Breath of the Wild,
Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy 15. After you, if you still want to play this after you've put in like 250 hours in these other games,
Yeah. I would just for Fran and Balthier.
it's worth it just for Fran and Balthier. And Ash. Ash is really good. So is everybody who's not Vaan and Penelo. You know what? Penelo I still like quite a bit.
Yeah.
Fuck Vaan.
She just gets that, like, she gets the opposite effect that Fran and Balthier get, which is like, the other one makes them look cooler.
Uh-huh.
She's like, why do I get stuck with this nerd?
Yeah, you see those two together, and you just hear like a cool breeze and some nice cool like modern music, and then you see Penelo and things are nice.
Just until I bring Vaan back.
Oh, this fucking guy, this fucking dashing motherfucker, all the time.
Balthier, my brother.
What does that philanderer think he's doing? I was to kill Balthier, not those addle-pated Imperials.
Oh man, it's really good experiencing the game this way, because there are like the moments like this.
Yeah.
It's just like really, it feels like such a full experience. Like
Oh yeah, well you're getting them all condensed without all the in between.
Yeah.
Like this game does take a while to play through, but I've cut that out. So you just get the story.
Like the world feels really complete. Like it feels really like convincing. Like this whole thing exists. Like everything makes sense, and this is the first time it's really felt like that all together. I mean,
You always
for
said how they smelled
limitations
nice.
or
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Like it all came together here, where they finally had the talent of writing and camera and voice acting and everything, as well as the technology to render
really
this
part of
shit. And it just really feels like a full, complete, cohesive world.
And I feel like the shift in perspective from the overhead down to the more personal camera that they started in the 10, but then kind of mastered here, helps to sell that and maybe made that a necessity. It's like, if we're going to be in so close to everything all the time, then this does need to be a cohesive world. We can't really get away with what we've done before.
Oh no.
Except this one room has always felt out of place. It just looks too modern day as like a hospital room. Even though it's all a dream snake eater.
See what you can do with 300 square feet at IKEA.
Basically, yeah.